And as Psalm 23 says, and I think it's important to remember this because some preachers and some Christians seem to believe that once you become a Christian, that life is supposed to always feel joyous and victorious and that you're more than a conqueror in all of the ways that we're not. And yet Psalm 23 reminds us that God promises to be with us as we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. But he never promises to rescue us from it in this life. And so the more you expect that life is going to be hard and filled with difficulties and disappointments, the more able you are to see and to sense God's nearness to you, his presence, his grace. So with that in mind, let's turn to the depressing chapter of Ecclesiastes 2. Listen to what the writer of Ecclesiastes says in Ecclesiastes 2, beginning in verse 12. He says, "So I decided to compare wisdom with foolishness and madness, for who can do this better than I, the king? I thought, wisdom is better than foolishness, just as light is better than darkness. For the wise can see where they are going, but fools walk in the dark. Yet I saw that the wise and the foolish share the same fate. Both will die. So I said to myself, since I will end up the same as the fool, what's the value of all my wisdom? This is all so meaningless. For the wise and the foolish both die. The wise will not be remembered any longer than the fool. In the days to come, both will be forgotten. So I came to hate life, because everything done here under the sun is so troubling. Everything is meaningless, like chasing the wind." Well, this section is all about the pursuit of wisdom, but it's what he says in verse 17 that hit me hard. So I came to hate life because everything done here under the sun is so troubling. His exasperation resonates with me. I know that feeling. I have felt that way at different times. He's looking high and low for something to make sense, something in this world that satisfies, something meaningful, something that connects the dots, and he can't find it. He's looking under every rock, he's looking behind every tree, and he realizes in his search that pleasure comes and goes, meaning comes and goes, feelings of worth come and go. You win today and you lose tomorrow. Everything is transient. Nothing is ultimately catchable. Nothing lasts. Life is a cruel game of chasing after the wind, he says. Something that you can sense but can never catch. I've said this when I started the series. I said that if I were to give this series a subtitle, it would simply be The Search. The search for meaning, the search for significance, the search for love, the search for contentment, the search for satisfaction. The writer to Ecclesiastes is searching high and low, searching, like so many of us on a daily basis, like so many people throughout history. Ecclesiastes is a depressing book, but it's meant to be a depressing book because life without God is ultimately depressing, and that's what he's exploring. He's exploring life under the sun. If this is all there is, and there is no God, then what is life? What's the meaning of life? What's the purpose of life? Why am I here? One of the things that I appreciate greatly about Ecclesiastes is that it's a book that is capable of cutting through our avoidances and suppressions and distractions and returning us to the cold reality of what life without God feels like. It's so honest.